Greetings. This is live with Calvin. We're here live doing a live stream tonight, and we're talking about um, raising children in the Godless Society. What are you doing? How are you doing, Calvin?
I'm fine.
You had a good day.
No,
Uh oh. Why? What happened?
the pollen.
The power went out.
The pollen.
Oh, the pollen.
Yeah,
I said the power. Uh oh. The pollen. So you got your allergies starting again or something?
yeah.
Oh man,
What?
that's no fun. It seems like you just keep getting allergies like every other week or so. So, Calvin, you are a dad, right?
Huh?
You're a dad.
Yeah.
You raise children. What do you have any tips for raising children?
A child needs you.
What?
A child needs your time,
Mm-hmm.
your love,
Your love, patience,
your devotion.
and so is this what you did when you were raising your children?
Well, Lisa didn't want me to be part of that.
Oh, okay. Hey, Maylene just chimed in on the chat,
Okay.
and she said, "Hi to both of you. I'll be with you shortly." So, hello, Maylene. This is you're on live with Calvin. This is the live with Calvin show. So Calvin, you're a dad, and you said how much devoted time would you say you give in a given week? Was it every day you were just out there? I mean, what was the things you got any tips for people on this whole raising children thing?
Well, you have to be with the child 24/7.
Ah, okay, 24/7, huh?
Yeah,
Do you have a daughter or a son?
girl.
Oh, really?
So she's mama's girl. That's why she doesn't really care for me.
Mm-hmm. So she was more into. She lived with her mom.
Yeah.
Would you think that raising the kid on your time, what would be the? Is there issues that you had to deal with that you know?
If I had to do with her,
I mean, I'm talking from a Christian perspective, like
yeah, yeah. If
biblical.
yeah, if I had to do with her, I'll be totally broke neck because I'll be out of it because it will drain me.
They blame you.
No, drain.
Oh, draining.
Yeah.
Did you spend time in prayer over your child or do anything like that?
I cried over her. And her grandparents didn't want me around.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I think people don't understand what happened to me, and when they really understand when they really hear about it, they don't want to deal with it.
Your grandparents?
No, her grandparents.
Oh, her grandparents. They just thought that it would be easier just keep you out of the picture and have the daughter with their daughter, huh?
Yeah.
That's rude. That's very rude.
Well, this world is very rude.
Were these the Chinese side?
No, there was the Howley side, the Caucasian side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were. I didn't know your wife was Caucasian.
My girlfriend was.
Oh, really? And that's the one you had the kid with, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So today we got a viewer tuned in. Hello, how you doing? This is Mike. We're on live with Calvin tonight, and we're discussing raising children in a godless society with all the evil things going on around the world right now. We've got uh, just TV shows that are masquerading with a bunch of violence. You've got movies that are glorified violence everywhere you turn. Everybody's cussing in these movies. I mean, you can't watch a movie nowadays where there's not a cuss word every other.
Well, the movie theater here is closing because
Well,
lots of
even Netflix, it seems like
what?
it's just like movies are just really degenerating. People don't know how to write plots anymore without a cuss word every other sentence.
The olden days was better.
Yeah, it seems like the older movies. That's why I like to actually watch older movies because of that reason. It seems like that they were a lot more family
See,
friendly, back in the
see,
day. Okay, so today we're on live with Calvin, and we're talking raising children in godless societies with all the evil things that go on around the world, and trying to keep the children on the straight and narrow path, which is going to be very difficult, right? Unless you send them to private school. Everybody's wondering what I'm doing. I'm talking to Maylene. Hello, Maylene. She's on the show today.
Hi.
hi, my balong.
Hi, good evening and good morning to the Philippines and I don't know what time in other countries.
Hey,
Hi, Calvin.
hi.
He's hiding right now. He's like me.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, my balasang.
What is Balasang?
I don't know.
It's like my dear.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I just ate the sandwich, and the sandwich was what's that word for delicious?
Masarap.
Masarap, yes. Before we got on the show, I love my masarap sandwich. So we're talking children, raising children. Calvin has a daughter who he had with a Caucasian girlfriend,
Oh, yeah.
and the grandparents didn't want their granddaughter to really be around Calvin because they didn't want to deal with his issues. Isn't that rude?
Yeah,
He's the dad,
yeah, they're taking away his rights with the kids. I mean, it doesn't matter if, he has a problem or whatever. I mean, she still need a daddy figure.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, nowadays, a lot of parents have issues that we've got drug addiction, we've got people with all sorts of problems in this world.
Yeah, it's neglecting.
You've seen it. Maylene used to work in a children's, is it like a daycare?
Yeah, it's early childhood learning center.
I lived it.
And
I I got separated from my mom when I was a kid.
How so? What do you mean separated?
Well, I was living with my father and my grandparents in Pune.
What do you mean by separated? They took you away from your.
No, because my
But
mom and my father got divorced.
Oh, so you ended up with one parent.
that's one
Yeah,
of that's one of the reasons you have to raise, you know,
We have so many
kids.
parents nowadays that are divorced or people going through stuff where their
Yeah.
families are separated. And even if it's just they're still together, but maybe, they're working in different countries. You see that a lot with Filipino. They're outside working in other countries, carrying the load of the family.
Yeah, that's the problem about this broken family. The parents get divorced. It won't affect to the parents. It will affect to the children.
Yeah. Did it,
I don't think so. I think people in the Philippines they they would rather they would rather boss the female
they're
because
male centered society there.
yeah,
Did when your parents got divorced, did that affect you, Calvin?
I was in an accident. I was dealing with my own issues because I had to learn how to walk all over again. I had to learn how to walk and talk all over again.
So you kind of put the separation of your parents in the background of your mind, right? Sounds like.
Yeah,
Who's your mom? Is he? Is it that Chinese? I'm trying to figure out which side is the Chinese, which side is the Filipino.
Korean.
Your mom?
Yeah,
Who's the Filipino? Where's the Filipino side then?
my father.
Okay, your dad is Filipino. Your mom is Korean.
Yeah,
What was the Chinese then? Who's the Chinese people?
Maybe from the grandparents, great grandparents.
no, my Hanai parents.
Hanai?
Yeah,
Oh, you mean your step parents?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Step parents are Chinese.
Oh, it's not related in
Not
blood.
related by blood, no. So he's more Filipino than.
Half Korean, half Filipino.
Yeah. So you know a lot of Tagalog then, right?
Yeah. No, because my parents, my father's side of the family is from Ilocos.
Ilocos Norte.
Ilocos Norte was Marcos family.
Yeah.
Marcos.
That's where Marcos is from, right?
Yeah.
So would you say that growing up in Filipino family, it's different cultural wise, Calvin? Like would you did like your dad? Did you know your dad real well?
I don't know exactly because Filipino was raised more Catholic.
So your dad was Catholic?
Yeah.
It sounds about right. It sounds kind of similar to what I'm hearing from most Filipinos are Catholic. But did you feel like from that side of your family, did you have a strong bond with your Filipino side of the family, or because
Yeah.
in America we don't have strong bonds with families anymore, and children seem like they're more distant, they're more isolated. I was growing up, and they teach us when I was growing up, you got to be independent, got to be on your own, be able to take care of yourself. It's all about independent, independent. Whereas the way Maylene has grown up in a very strong family unit, it's exactly the opposite.
Well, when I was in my accident and I turned handicapped, I had to rely on my other senses and I had to rely on my parents. My grandparents used to baby me.
Your Filipino grandparents?
Yes.
I see. And this is when you lived in the Locos Norte, right?
No, I lived in Pune, Hawaii.
But so you never actually been? You just visit the Philippines. You've never lived there as a kid.
Yeah.
So did your dad go to Hawaii at one point, or what?
No, my of course my father and my grandparents came here because Ilocos Norte was a very poor place.
Oh, okay. So they immigrated from Hawaii.
Yeah. No, they immigrated from the Philippines to Hawaii.
Yeah, so from Philippines to Hawaii. Can you take her out? I think she. And we got to go. Our dog is barking. She needs to go out. So Maylene will be back. She'll be back
Okay.
with tips on how to raise children in this godless society. But right now she's got to go. We're raising a child right now in this dog. It's our family dog. She needs to go. She needs to go. So Calvin,
Yeah.
you don't think the divorce of your parents affected you, huh?
It did affect me. But you see, there's two ways you can look at it, pessimistically or optimistically.
Yeah, yeah. You're an optimist for the most part.
For a long time, I was a pessimist.
When did you decide to convert to an optimist? And what was your reason?
When I came old enough and I realized that people have problems.
And then you realize that hey, life is not perfect, and you need to try to be optimistic.
No, life is short and we have to make the best of the little time we have.
Oh, okay.
Because if we keep holding on to the past, we'll go nowhere in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Calvin. You got to let go of incidents or whatever happened in your past. Kind of like the guys at the 7-Eleven who pushed you. Just got to let that go. Right?
I never held on to it. People held on to it. And I used to get pissed when people used to ask me what happened because I wanted to put that behind me.
I know it seems like that. So, what do you think as far as a parent? What you got to watch out for in today's society? Kids, cell phones, like giving them cell phone access is probably one of the big things, right?
No, you gotta watch out for predators.
That's what I'm saying, though. You gotta limit their online exposure, right?
Yeah.
And the best way is to limit their access to technology. I got all these parental controls on my cable, or not my cable, my television, and all this stuff. So I guess that's a good method. Maylene's back. She's back from taking the dog. Did she go? So the dog has successfully gone to the bathroom. Is it pooped? Poop? She didn't poop? Oh my god. She's not pooping yet.
Here's you want to be your kids to be smart, not really smart, but it's not delay the learning.
Yeah, we need to increase the intelligence of children.
There's the technique to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give them gadgets, phone, tablets, or anything with access to internet. Um, Spend time with your kids every day, 20 minutes. Reading.
That's what Calvin was saying. Be devoted
Reading.
towards your children.
Every day. Because here in the United States, before the black people are they're above. Now they're below.
What do you mean by above and below?
I mean, they're on the top with reading and comprehension.
Oh, okay.
Now the children are on the top.
They're not
in
as well.
statistic record.
Yeah, vocabulary.
Is the white people.
And it's not because of their not being taught. You're just saying they're provided access.
Because of the parents neglecting. Just give the phone. Here's the phone. I'm on my phone. Like, I mean, I was working at the child care. So we have this kind of like voluntary reading with the kids, but I don't have kids. But still, I went with my coworker with that, in A&M, Alabama.
Alabama A&M.
Mm-hmm. And then
you need daycare.
Yes, I work as a early learning childhood center.
You actually got like a certification, right?
Yeah, I have to do the 12 hours online class
in order to work there.
Yeah, be certified CPR.
That's actually something Calvin wanted to get into, was a child psychologist, right, Calvin?
Actually, I wanted to be a therapist.
Child therapist, though, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the key for that. I mean, just spend time with your kids every day, 20 minutes, teaching how to read.
So it was just
that's the right age.
And you got to, also, if you have a personal assistant, you got to tell them to take off, turn off the volume on the radio.
Can you lower your volume, please?
And also, let's give them something like way back before there's no gadgets, the kids are free to play.
Well, that's the thing. Nowadays, if you have a kid that wants to play, they call them hyperactive and they put them on medication. And just because they don't want to sit there and learn, but some kids aren't always, they're more active than others. Not every kid's the same.
No, you want to know something. You want to know something?
What?
How you get a child to obey? Take away privileges.
Yeah, I think you and Maylene both probably agree on that, right?
What was that?
How to get kids to listen is to take away privileges.
Yeah.
Like no. What kind of privileges would you be talking about, Calvin?
No,
take away their phone privileges for
a week. She's talking about not letting them have a phone to begin with.
I mean, when they start talking, you have to teach them the first word first, that they have to understand what is no.
That's the very first word. No.
What is no?
The way I was raised is, if you don't work, you don't eat.
That's
right. They don't work, they don't get anything. That's how I was raised.
That's all I'm saying.
So we've got, issues nowadays where parents aren't spending time with their kids. They, like Maylene's saying, they just put the phone in front of them, and then they don't.
No, it's that they let the TV watch their kids. They don't even pay attention to their kids.
Yeah,
that's why I got hit, because that boy didn't know anything. All he knew was what was on the TV. You know what I mean?
Watching TV is only like learning, but there is only time every day. Only you're given time. but it's a learning. Like we have this movie. I mean, kids show before in the Philippines called Siniskwela. It means it's all about science. They're teaching about science. But
I
now
don't,
move that channel. I mean the show. Not K drama or whatever. Kids like, because what kids see, they gonna do the same too.
You're talking Korean dramas?
Yeah, even a Filipino drama, no.
And they got this TikTok thing that all these kids do nowadays. You know what TikTok is, Calvin?
yeah. But back to raising kids.
Okay.
Kids need attention from you. They need adult supervision.
Agreed.
And besides, if you neglect a kid, that kid will turn out like me, handicapped.
Well, it wasn't. You didn't get in the accident because you were neglected. It wasn't it. I thought you were on your way to school.
No, my brother told me to go wait in front of the school, and I ran across the street because I didn't know anything.
Oh man.
What?
Well, it sucks that your brother's the one that if he hadn't have told you that, you wouldn't have gotten in the accident.
Well, I was only 5 years old at the time,
Yeah.
and people lie about what really happened to me.
Why? What do you mean?
They keep saying that I didn't get run over by a flatbed truck. I got run over by a car, and I know that's not true.
Why would they lie though?
I don't know.
So, what about the things that like what things in society bother you as a parent? Like, if you could keep your kid away from things, what would you not let them do?
Keep the bad elements out.
Like television?
No. People giving them the bad influence.
Speaking of bad influence, what happens if your kids, Maylene, are influenced by peers? You know, I can't get her on there. She there?
What do you mean fear?
So peers, like peer pressure and all this stuff. What do you think about peer pressure? You know, if all the kids want to, if all, let's say you got a daughter or a son and they all want to do something and you feel that whatever that is, you don't want your kid to do that. How are you going to handle that situation when all these kids are applying peer pressure? You do to teach the kids.
Of course, you have to educate them. What's the truth?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's very difficult to define when you're a kid.
But kids, what they gonna do? They will follow their parents. They do what parents do because their parents, their role model.
Well, but there's a certain age, I'd say, it's probably around 7 or 8 when they start listening to peers, listening to other children, and then
Yeah.
That's why you have to have good relationship with your kids because the kids gonna tell what is their feelings inside, what is in their minds. They're gonna ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have a good relationship with them.
Go ahead, Calvin.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I remember when I was a child and still today people treat me like I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm doing. That's why when people do that, you want to relieve the situation by doing what you think is best, which
Mhm.
is fighting.
You mean getting in fights with other kids? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Did you get
that
it?
that's what happened between me and Aaron. That's why he doesn't want to be around me.
Well, you were just trying to help him now. As a Christian brother, you were trying to stop him from doing the same thing over and over again, right?
Yeah, although he doesn't agree with what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well,
And can I share also
yeah.
this related to Calvin's, like we're feeding the kids, right? Like not only by the food, but we're feeding them through what they see, what they hear. So you have to be careful what you showing to the kids and what coming out from your mouth.
Yeah. Because it's your eyes are the windows to the soul, and that it's what they see, hear, and speak.
Yeah, because we want to be healthy, right? Healthy physically, emotionally, and mentally.
Yeah.
No, you want to be good role models.
Yeah, it's you make a good point. You want to model good behavior, right? Is that what you're saying, Calvin?
Yeah,
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 that's part of it too. You have to be, be a good role model, but you have to be uh, watching what you give into your kids. Like what I'm saying is what they're watching, what they're hearing.
It's kind of like they're a reflection of you because they're your blood, and you're trying to teach your own blood how to behave. So it's interesting that because it's not easy to be a parent. It's going to be difficult, but it's going to be a rewarding experience. I think.
But I don't think so. It's not that easy to be a parent. It's easy to be a parent if you know what you're doing. I mean, I raised 6 kids. It's not my kids. I was a nanny for almost 7 years.
7 years, Calvin.
When I came to this family, they had 2 daughters only. And then they had a boy. And then they have a triplets, 3 girls.
So, what do we say to those people out there, though, like in India, some of our people on our prayer group that are, have really poor situations and they're just struggling and they've got all these kids. I mean, uh, how do they raise them when they're, I guess, just be family and, like you're saying, just continue to pray and keep a tight family unit, I would think would be the answer.
no, no. You know what it is? You gotta learn how to listen. The more you listen, the more aware you'll be of what they want.
I got you, Calvin. It kind of like you have to be observed.
Yeah,
Observe. Okay. That's how you avert the peer pressure situations too, because you're listening and then they feel like their issues are being addressed, so they don't go to the peers to get them addressed.
yeah.
How old's your daughter now, Calvin?
13.
Oh, wow. Some like my niece.
So she's right at that age when she doesn't want to listen.
Yeah.
Is she wanting to visit her dad, or does she know about you?
Yeah, she knows about me.
Is
Every
she
time, every time I walk past the house, she points she points her finger at me.
Oh, okay. Do you think it's a blessing having a daughter there?
Yes.
That's awesome. That's a good thing.
But one day, one day she gonna realize that, you know, if she grown enough, know better, that she gonna have spent time with you, that is wrong what her mom did to her, taken away from the father.
Do you get visitation time, Calvin?
I only see her when she's walking home from school.
Really?
He
Yeah.
he don't have time to, like, as in, like, let's say,
You don't get like a weekend with
few
her?
hours, once a week.
I do in the playground.
Oh, they let you do visitation in the playground?
Yeah.
But she's 13 now, so I mean, she probably kind of outgrew the playground, I imagine.
No, she likes to hang out with me, even though she doesn't know me.
Oh, really?
She doesn't know you, that you're her dad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
What?
Because you have to know who is her real father. Where is she from?
Yeah, like all her Filipino family. She's got it's a big thing to know all your cousins and all that stuff.
So here's the thing. I have a niece. I have a sister. She have a daughter. So when my sister get pregnant of my niece for 2 months, they had fight. My sister had bruises. So I told to my sister, I want him to go to jail. But my sister said she can't do that because she want to have a family. She don't want her daughter don't have a daddy growing up. So what happened? I sent my sister to the province in my mama's place. And then the daddy said my sister boyfriend, because they're not married, he said he gonna follow my sister. But only he sent money one time when my sister is 6 months pregnant, one time, 1,000 peso. And that's it. Until my niece was born. Everything I showed her. What happened was I told to my sister, you need to tell the truth about her father while she was young. So suddenly my niece is grown up, like 7, 8 years old. They're trying to pop up in her like a mushroom, like they want to be part of her life. Like, where are they at when my sister needed help financially? So, but I introduced my niece to her dad. I let my niece know who is her dad, who is her dad's family. But it doesn't mean the ways you're different. He didn't do his job as a father. He neglected. But you want to be part of the father. But even though my niece dad neglect everything, still I let my niece to know who is her father and her father's family. Because it's not fair for her when she grown up that
Yeah.
she gonna be hating me because I didn't let her know who is her dad.
Yeah.
Amazon said it delivered stuff.
Calvin,
Yeah.
so the kid knows that you're the dad, right? I thought
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She didn't know that you're the daddy. You're her dad. So I mean that's not fair.
but still, then kicking Calvin out of her life, and he's not, like you're saying, he's not a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, you want to be part of her
has,
life to be a good father.
Yeah. I mean, he's even trying to pursue, being a child therapist. So it's not like he's not doing his hard work to do due diligence. Shouldn't be kicked out of the kid's life.
That's what I said. When she grown enough, she's gonna realize that.
How do you handle that, Calvin? Do you get depressed sometimes because of that, or what?
Don't ask.
Oh, really?
That's
Imagine. Yeah. So, any more things you want to add in about raising kids, Calvin?
Well,
Like how to be a parent Any other stuff you want to add in about that?
Sacrificial love.
Sacrificial love. Can you explain that?
Well, that kind of love is voluntarily.
So, like sacrificing your time, you're saying?
Yeah.
Imagine we're going to have to sacrifice a lot of time when Maylene and I have a kid. It's going to be a lot of time changing diapers and waking up in the middle of the night and stuff like that. Okay, well, Calvin, it seems like we've talked about this subject for about 40 minutes now. We've kind of mulled it over. I think we got a pretty good idea of what we're, I can't really add in too much. I think
best
once I'm actually a dad to come up with more tips. Maylene's pretty much the expert amongst us right now.
Do you know what is homeostasis?
This actually just learned that term today. It's the test that they do when the kid is in the womb. They'll put
No, homeostasis is keeping everything a normal stage.
No, you're not talking the test during pregnancy?
No, homeostasis is basically having. I don't know exactly how to explain it.
Is this something you learned in therapy school?
Psychology.
Psychology?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I never heard that term.
Google it. It will show you.
What is it? Homeostasis?
Yeah.
Okay, homeostasis. There it is. A tendency toward a relative stable equilibrium between interdependent elements, especially as maintained by physiological processes. Oh, okay. The condition of optimal functioning, body temperature, fluid balance. So just everything in unison. Sounds like kind of like your Bruce Lee teaching, basically.
Really?
That's what it sounds like. All right, Calvin. Well, I think we're done with this topic. We'll have to do another show next week.
Again?
Yeah, we're going to do something else. We'll do a different topic. But this is a good topic. We never talked about kids before on this channel.
How come that guy like that poster in the background?
Oh, you're talking about the last live stream?
No, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
That girl, that female is a actress.
Yeah, you told me.
Okay.
Well, let's wrap it up. I'll talk to you next week, okay, Calvin?
Okay, bye.
All right, see you later. Have a good one. Aloha.
Thank you, Calvin.
For what?
For being on the show.
For sharing your thoughts.
Yeah. We appreciate you being on the Walk of Faith channel, Calvin.
All
right.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.